Why, hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs and we do this for fun.
That's right. How are you doing today, Tiffany?
I'm quite good. The sun is out and I really want to go outside and play in it.
It's too hot.
I want to walk my cat.
I'm a nerd and I like to stay inside with the blinds closed so it doesn't put glare on my computer screen.
I have a cat who's addicted to the outdoors and will pester me until I put on his leash and take him outside.
Oh, that's what you have a husband for.
Yeah,
Just make him do it.
I like spending time with my cat.
Okay, I assume that you're subtly telling me that we should just find out what we're doing then.
Yes.
I could catch up on cues. Okay, you got dice then?
I got him. Hold on, I gotta figure out if this is a 6 or a 9. It is a 6, so we have 61.
Couldn't figure out if it was a 6 or a 9.
No, there's no marker on these dice. I need to grab different ones.
Oh, that sucks.
Or get a Sharpie.
Okay, 61. The bridge collapsed again, and I lost my wagon. We'll pay good gold if bridge repaired, and more if wagon retrieved. God, who writes this? It's like broken English.
Hmm,
Contact Arkwright's village store for reward.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read again. The bridge collapsed again, and I lost my wagon. We'll pay good gold if bridge repaired, and more if wagon retrieved. Contact Arkwright's village store for reward.
Okay.
I kind of want to play off how it's broken English.
Well, it follows the grammar of an ad. You know, we'll pay good gold if bridge repaired. Stuff like that.
I was thinking if we're in the fantasy realm, what if a group of goblin or like ogre like let's say goblin bandits that don't know common that well.
Okay.
Let's say like they booby trapped a wagon, like they ambushed a wagon, and then through the antics of maybe they're trying to get away or anything like that, bumped into like the major pillar of the bridge, causing it to collapse. And the surviving bandits are like, crap. Well, okay, let's quickly like see if we can write a request, and so it makes it look like we're the owners of this wagon.
Okay, so they've stolen the wagon, they want it back, and their first thought is to go to people who commonly beat up bandits.
Well, no, because like they could portray as something else and just claim the wagon theirs. Also, if they're smart and like dumb enough to have write broken English, I don't think they're as smart as bulbs in the batch.
Please tell me this is a three goblins in a trench coat situation.
Oh my god, we're totally having that when they meet with the person.
Yes. Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out at the village store. Three goblins in a trench coat.
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, I'll lead you to the let's say it's like a deep like ravine kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you know those like it's like a coastline kind of thing where it's like the nice shots of like cliff sides and the waves rolling up against it kind of thing.
Yes.
Now think of like a ravine that just cuts into the land, but it still has that kind of height.
Yes. I'm thinking Grand Canyon, but not as wide.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That kind of like just drop down so that the goblins can't go down there, obviously, so they need professional adventurers. So if
Right.
they thought if they just posed as like the owner of it.
Because they totally. What if they actually do own the wagon? What if they aren't bandits? Maybe they are just goblins that own a wagon and feel like, oh, people aren't going to think it's ours, so we have to pretend we're a people person, as in three goblins in a trench coat. That's how they interact with other people.
I was thinking that if they find out that the goblins are bandits, then the reward would be just them could have whatever's in that wagon to give to the party.
Them could have.
Them, yes. I'm getting into character, Tiffany. Clearly, that's what I'm doing on purpose. Yes.
Sorry, just had to call you out there.
Method acting.
You called me out on the crooked card, okay? I'm gonna call you out on bad grammar.
Me speak English good, okay?
Ugh.
But anyways, I thought it would be a good way of just to give loot to the party if the wagon really isn't theirs.
Okay. Yeah,
I thought it would be like like they could find the actual wagon owner
at the bottom of the ravine.
at the bottom of the ravine with the wagon, and it could be uh you know how like merchants have their own insignia.
Yeah,
That could be on the side of the wagon, and then, like, the driver has, like, an emblem on their, like, cloak or on their, lapel kinda thing that has the
or
emblem
a ring,
or a ring, something like that.
like a signet ring.
Yeah.
So they find a body with the wagon, but the goblins didn't know that it was in the wagon type of situation?
No, I think it was just the driver fell off, and you could see
Okay.
that there's other goblins as well
Okay.
littered about, on, like, jagged rocks kinda thing.
Mhm. Okay.
I think most of the challenge is how do you get down a very steep ravine?
Exactly. You fall, but you don't land,
That's, like, 100 feet down?
at least. Far enough that any character of any class, of any strength and whatever, if they made that drop, it would be fatal.
Yes, unless they have featherfall.
Exactly. They would have to use some sort of device or spell, some way to get down there.
Yeah, but that doesn't guarantee that they have a way back up.
Well, they could tie 50 feet of rope to 50 feet of rope and have 100 feet of rope, give or take.
Yes, but okay, you know how heavy a wagon is?
Yup.
I there's no nat 20 that could suddenly like lift a wagon.
Well, no.
Depends on how you run your games, but yeah.
But typically, I know in my various excursions into playing 5e specifically, everybody's got rope.
Yes.
So if everybody puts their ropes together, I always bring a grappling hook too. So that's just me though. You never know when you're going to need a grappling hook.
Someone was in the Boy Scouts. I don't know if that's a Boy Scout thing.
No, somebody played Pathfinder and that grappling hook came in freaking handy. Every single situation just about. Our game master got really sick of my grappling hook. But I'm like,
Yeah,
"Hey, this is the type of situation I would use it in."
you sound like a menace.
I am. That's why I always take grappling hook. It's just like a personal thing for me. Anyway, if everyone puts their rope together and ties off the wagon, then they could maybe rig up some sort of winch system or wrap it around a tree or maybe one of the existing posts from the bridge to winch it back up.
That is up to them to decide.
True. That is up to the characters.
I'm just now realizing that like this approach I just suggested is like, okay, then they bring it back up and then they'll see the clues down there, bring it back up and then confront them and easily kill 3 goblins.
What if there's something hanging out in the ravine that has now claimed that as its territory and the wagon has fallen into its territory, so that belongs to it now?
Ooh, what are you thinking?
Well, my brain went to dragon, so I feel like that might be a little too much. I wasn't thinking like specific creature, I'm just thinking, creature, have fun.
Okay, but I was just filling time for giving us like something more to dive into about creating something.
Well, yes.
This is what you call filler stuff.
Woo!
You could call us Dragon Ball Z because we got filler.
Haha.
What if like a river going in and like it's sitting on like the jagged rocks on the edges of the river,
Okay.
but it's not like a river, but just like a deep kind of water where basically it will be like an enclave or like a cove area for merfolk.
Ooh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where then like if it's not just a straight line, but like maybe like it opens up at some point to be more of like a
Mhm.
circular like the cul-de-sac kind of shape.
There could be like a hidden cove down there
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, like a cave system. And that like there's like a merfolk clan or gathering or a town or whatever they're called,
Colony?
colony. But yeah, let's say like that wagon just like fell in next to their territory or whatever.
And they're now claiming it as theirs.
And yeah, so when they get down, they will find that's like starting to be picked apart.
Okay.
And so now it's like, is it diplomacy? Also, like, depending on how the party gets down there, they might like say, oh, the big strong guy, stay up here. Two of us goes down, attached rope,
Right.
easy. But now you just split the party.
Exactly.
And now it's two people, half the party went down, and now they're surrounded by merfolk. And now it's like, okay, do you fight or you try and negotiate? What happens if negotiation goes bad?
Mhm.
I think that creates a another interesting thing.
It could be a situation where you're like, "Oh, the owner of this cart would like it back," and the merfolk are like, "Oh, no, we are now the owner. It is in our territory. It has been given to us.
It has fallen upon us,
It has, yeah, fallen upon us or been given to us by the gods, whatever deities they worship. And no, it's ours now. You can't have it, bro."
and they have a hatred of land dwellers.
Oh, possibly.
It's just like they know that it is from the land dwellers.
Yes.
They just like it's not yours anymore.
It's like, "You can have the pants. That's about it." Or maybe they'll pull out "There's no way the owner could be up there because the owner is here. See? His ring matches the symbol. So, it is lost goods, therefore it's ours now."
I feel like they would be like if they have a hatred for like land people, then it's just like it is on our territory now. It is no longer your land dwellers.
It's like, "Flotsam is free reign. This is our Flotsam. Please leave."
Yes.
Because technically Flotsam is free reign. I think that is a law somewhere.
I have no idea about that law.
I don't know. Maybe I'll look that up later. Maybe I'll be issuing an apology.
Do I have to edit in like your audio clip of like I'm sorry?
Do I need to Google it right now?
No, we're dumb. We've always been saying this. So anything we get wrong, it's because of that.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, then party fights merfolk.
Or negotiates with.
Yes, but I don't know how it'll go from there, depending on what they choose. Okay, do you want? I think okay when they confront the three goblins in a trench coat.
Okay.
Do you want it where it's just like they have their other bandits nearby just in case things go wrong? Because
Probably.
it's not just the three of them.
Yeah, the 3 of them are just the brains of or actually, the one at the top is the brains of the organization.
Yeah,
The face.
I was gonna say like use the term brains loosely there.
Yeah. But no, I was using it loosely. It is the smartest goblin, but smart on what terms?
But yeah, so if confronted, then that leads into another fight of just goblin gang leaders or
Yeah,
bandits.
yeah. Goblin bandits, goblin shenanigans.
Maybe toss in hobgoblins. I'm sure they'll work with them as well.
Probably.
There's that fight. Do you want to say like what's in the cart to give to the players for successfully getting it out of merfolks and goblin bandits' hands?
Yeah. Um, well, maybe when they get back to town, they might find another posting saying goblin bandits reward for, taking them out and be like, "Oh, we did that."
No, what happens if like they go back and then they find another posting where it's just like I had a shipment due a few days ago. Please contact this shipping company, which has the logo for their insignia.
Nice.
Where it's like a job post like, hey, my shipment did not come in. Can you please investigate this?
It would be like a shipment of fabric or something that characters most likely wouldn't claim for their own.
I was thinking like a sort of thing so that like
Oh, okay.
the party could get like some magical thing or
True. It could, yeah, like, it's just a random merchant bringing a shipment as well as their other things that they're selling and stuff.
yeah. I think they're like a general trader.
General goods.
Yeah, general goods, anything like that, so that you could give the party random magical items.
Yeah, at this point, it can be like, "Alright, you guys keep some of the stuff and tell the people that, oh, yeah, this is all we could find."
I think this is like you should always like give your party the test of like, are they gonna be honest, or are they gonna
Yeah.
say, oh, the thing that they want was washed away?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a fine, nice sword you have there on your hip. Yes, that's not yours, I swear.
But if they are honest, possibly the reward could be greater, being that the merchants are like, "Well, thank you for your honesty. Here, have this obviously superior item to the one that you would have found in the cart."
Okay. What kind of item are you thinking? Are we doing like another thing where it's like the Lucky Shorts where we made a second episode for it? If the party was actually honest.
No, maybe. I don't know. Stay tuned, everybody.
No, I'm just no, I don't want to do it. I don't see a potential second episode for this one.
Now, if the party's honest, they'll get just, a decidedly better item than what they could have found in the cart. Like whatever would have been in the cart would be some sort of +1 weapon or like, armor.
I'm guessing you are not in the mood to come up with a unique magic item right now.
Oh, heck no.
But that's like half of our episodes is us making a friend.
Ugh. All right, let's see.
Okay, well, do you have anything else to add to this quest?
Hmm,
Because like magic items is just like that could be like tacked on at the end.
that is true.
It could easily be. So if you have like anything towards the quest,
Let's see. Start out with the quest, "Oh, please get my wagon back." They meet the quest giver. It has to be it's gotta be obvious. Words are difficult. If it's just 3 goblins in a trench coat, I feel like anyone would recognize that and be like, "Huh." So, how does the party not notice this? Or what would the goblins say to play off like, "Yeah, we're totally just 3 goblins in a trench coat," but that's just because people are
w-
usually uncomfortable around us.
yeah, you could do what your like their lie could be basically your alternative, which is, oh, we own the wagon, but we do this to not like in order to get business because people don't like dealing with goblins. So we try to do this to pass off as an orc.
Yeah.
And then they would roll insight and see if that like they believe that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think a lot of our quests could be easily just negated or just like because I could see the party not believing that, then rolling good insight that's like they're kind of not telling you the truth, and then either killing them or just like screw it, I'm not a part of this, and then just completely abandon the quest.
True.
And if that's the case, then that's the case. It's the party's decision.
Hmm.
But
But
I could see like a possible like branch where it's like more into a deeper like quest line if they have to negotiate and like do a favor for the merfolk for the goods.
true.
But that is up to the DM, and I don't
Yes.
want to go down that rabbit hole. It's a standard like, oh, you do a quest and you have to do a separate quest to progress in this quest, and then you do another quest to fulfill the second quest.
I found a random list called items in a fantasy thrift shop.
Okay.
Would you want some of that to be in the wagon?
Let's roll one item and see if it's funny.
All right. Do you want to roll this time?
Sure. I guess I'll roll this time. 43.
43, you say?
Yes. One off from the number of the life universe and everything.
Mm-hmm. A set of fine mugs, each with a large chip in different places.
They're all mimics. What was the mimic's name in that episode?
Oh, the mimic had a name?
We gave the mimic a name, didn't we?
Did we? I don't
We
know.
forget about our stuff. If you're binge watching this entire thing and you remember the mimic name, that
Tweet it at
I'm
us.
basically referring. It's like, oh, it's that mimic from that episode. Got onto the wagon.
Yeah, if you remember the mimic's name, let us know. We forgot.
The the person who's the dead owner of the wagon is actually the woman that was the owner.
Oh no! We've connected them.
Yes, perfect.
And since then, her mimic has had babies, and the other mugs are its babies.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yes.
It's teaching like the children. Wait, how do mimics reproduce?
I would think, because, okay, a mimic's base form,
When a mommy mimic and a daddy mimic love each other very much.
not quite. A mimic's base form is formless, it says, but it's like a ditto. It's a glob. It's a blob. I would think that it just splits off a little part of itself, and there's a new baby.
Oh, it's going through the PMAT phase.
Sure.
Don't you remember middle school science class where it's the 4 stages of cell division?
Yes.
PMAT?
No.
PMAT, which is like the first letters of all the stages. I just can't remember the name of the stages.
Okay.
I think the second one is mitosis.
Mitosis?
Yeah, isn't that the part of the cell division? You know what? Fact check me, people on the internet.
PMAT is. I'm fact checking you right now.
Oh, okay.
PMAT stands for plasma membrane monoamine transporter.
No. Like my teacher taught us the stages by saying PMAT because that's the acronyms for all the stages.
Yeah, that's not what Google's telling me. It's also a real estate company.
Stages of mitosis: prophase, anaphase, interphase, metaphase.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
wait, there's
not
10 stages? Wow.
yeah. It's like
Oh,
those
here it
things
is. Prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase.
okay, that does make the right acronym.
That's how my teacher taught me in 7th grade.
I yeah, don't remember that.
Well, it's an easy acronym, that's why I remember it after all these years.
Most things I remember from my science class was being distracted by the iguana in the corner.
Well, you do have ADHD or ADD. God, it's ADD. I keep mixing those 2 up.
Possibly. Self-diagnosed, most likely.
Okay, so we're saying that mimics are like cell division process.
Yeah, it just
They copy their
a
genes.
piece of it separated, and now there's a baby mimic, and this one has made what was it? It just says a set of fine mugs. So,
Let's say 4.
yeah, at least 3 kids. One mug is noticeably larger than the others.
You do understand that we're killing that woman, right?
Oh, she's dead, yeah.
Okay, I like it's a little dark, but we just killed a precious character from a previous previous quest.
Was she precious?
We don't remember her name, so not that precious.
Clearly.
But I did ask a mutual friend of ours to draw that mug.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Anyways, yes, now we connected 2 of our things. We're on our way to making the QBCU, Quest Sports Cinematic Universe.
Thank you. I was having a brain fart on that one. And I believe the episode we're referring to would be episode 6, Prop Hunt?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I remember the name of the episode. I don't remember the number.
I'm just saying for our listeners, because neither of us can actually remember who the person is, if you do want to use this and go back and find that character episode to go to.
No, we're just encouraging people to listen to multiple episodes.
Yes, that's totally what I was getting at.
Also, that was back when our audio quality isn't as good.
Yes,
So I
so
don't know if we want to direct them to that episode.
I mean, hey, we were just starting out. It was everything new.
No, that was first 2 episodes before I started editing the stuff.
Yeah, not to mention the episodes we lost.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Okay.
Sort of. I feel like we should do an episode where we try to recap it together.
As soon as we can figure out how to remember what happened in those
No, I
episodes.
remember everything that happened.
I don't.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this after the recording.
Eventually.
I think if you want to add the woman with the mimic mugs just for the lulz,
Just for the connectivity.
and if the party has talked to her before, but I remember her being like work on shoe horses.
A farrier?
Yeah, I think that's what her job was. So how did she go become went from farrier to merchant slash
Transporter?
transporter?
Maybe she was hold on, I'm thinking. Farrier work doesn't wasn't paying out well enough and she decided to take up a second job of transporting goods.
Okay, after the prompt hunt quest, there was like a rumor mill going around about a mimic being hidden, and she was worried. So then she took up a job where she could travel.
Yes.
Okay, boom. If you
Yep.
want to do that,
Nailed it.
we are so good. I think, yeah, we that it just so happened that we rolled that and just went with that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the best thing of all is, oh my god, the follow up would be then there are 4 mimics on the loose in the town.
Here's a thought. At that point, would the party then be able to adopt the mimics? They're tame.
That is up for the game master to decide.
Yeah. So if you want to make the mimics tame enough and they've been living with people and being good. They're not monsters, they're pets essentially. They've been taught, possibly even potty trained. So they could essentially adopt a family of mimics.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
would be adorable.
I think that makes a not very complicated, not very twisty kind of quest, but I think a decent quest.
Like I want a pet mimic.
I mean, I was just talking about the general flow of the quest of going to retrieve a wagon from a deep ravine.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Baby mimic is totally Morph from Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
It just turns into things and hangs out, like turns into like a pin on your jacket or a bracelet or a wrench if you need one.
You know what? Yeah, I think he is a mimic.
He totally is.
Yeah.
He's a morph.
Well, if you enjoyed this quest and if you actually put in the quest for Prop Hunt and this quest,
Yeah.
let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. Or even if you just did this quest alone and didn't have the time to put in Prop Hunt into your quest, uh, still let us know how it went. If you have any job postings of your own that you want to see us make a quest out of, let us know. And with that, I wish you all good night.
And happy questing.